Welcome to Besties and Bubbles.
Welcome, friends.
Cheers, Kim.
I had a good week. How was your week? Was it spicy?
Spicy.
We love that word.
It is. It's a new phrase. Obviously we know spicy, right? But to use it in regards to things that might be challenging or a little difficult.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you're working out.
Yes. We go to
doing
a workout class.
Legree.
We do a workout class together that I don't teach. We go together.
Yes.
We're both students. And the one trainer, as we're dying, sweating.
It's awful. It's like a hurt so good thing, right?
We love it.
Yeah. Let's be clear about that.
We're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But she does say that when we're like dying and our bodies are shaky, and I just want her to say, okay, and we're done. And she goes, I know it's spicy, hang in there.
Yeah,
I think that's such a
she's
great
like, we're
word.
going to do one more move, and it's going to be a little spicy. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
So was your week spicy? It was a little spicy, I think.
You know, it's interesting. It was busy. It was, Legree-wise, it was spicy because we went to a lot of classes this week.
We did.
That was fun and good.
Yes.
I still feel like we're getting into 2026.
Okay.
Right? We're about halfway through January.
We're recording this the middle of January.
Yeah. And you know how it is, like when you're writing down dates and, I know people don't write checks as much, but, you're still like 2025, 2020. And you're like, oh, wait, it's 2026.
I haven't made one error yet in the 25-26.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because I have a notebook for work, right? And I write the date every day. Yep. So I've actually been pretty good with it as well. I don't know about you, but I feel like the year has gotten off to kind of a slow start.
I think this month has been slow too. And we talked about this offline.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know if it's for other people, because I don't know what the reason is that some people feel like time moves so slow and other people are like, where did the month go? But I have been so productive.
Yeah.
I can list so many serious accomplishments that I've done this year already that I feel really good.
That's great.
But I do feel like it is. I'm like, it's only the middle of January.
It is. And what's weird about it is I've been busy. It's not like I'm sitting at home, like twiddling my thumbs. Obviously work, but even in the evenings, I feel like I'm busy as well. So I don't know why it's not that it
feels like it's dragging.
Not that it's not that it's dragging. It's just that when you look at the date on the calendar, you're like, oh, like I was thinking we were already into January 20 something, and we're still in the teens. So
we're in the teens still.
Yeah.
We're in the teens.
Anyway.
One group that I am a part of, and I think we hear this a lot on social media too, is like, what are the red flags like in a relationship, right? So there's this Facebook group that I'm a part of where they're just like, it's an open forum about like, hey, do you know any red flags about this or that or whatever?
And is that time out? But is that more like that's dating, right? It's not necessarily
I don't know. I'm not supposed to say that because I might get kicked out of the group, Kim.
Oh, okay.
But the same thing happens with restaurants when people post something like, hey, what's this or that? You know what I mean? Like, we're very quick to highlight what's bad as opposed to what's good. So when it comes to relationships, we thought it'd be fun to say, basically, like, let's talk about what the green flags are. Because the red flags. What are the red flags with this or that? But what are the green flags? When you see this, that's a green flag. So we did a little rabbit hole.
We did. We
should have a little, sound that we do when we do that. Because we dig down into some topics to hopefully bring something that's interesting to our people that watch us.
And you know what? You're so right about, always looking at the negative things. Like, think about it. When people say something, like your example of a restaurant or what have you, they'll immediately complain or say, oh my gosh, bad service or food or whatever. And people really don't stop and take the time to say all the good things. Right? So that is why when we started to talk about this, it was like, oh, well, I think this is a good thing. So
we'll talk about the green
flags.
Let's
talk about the green flags.
Yeah, when it comes to relationships, whether it's friendship, romantic, coworkers,
family members.
Yeah, like we want to accentuate the positive. Was that a thing?
Eliminate the negative. Latch on to the affirmative.
What was that from?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think it was like a Schoolhouse Rock thing. Because I feel like that's like a Schoolhouse Rock.
Is that a Mary Poppins thing?
No, I don't think so. Okay. Anyway, we can look it up, but I'm almost positive.
You know what I'm saying? It's a song about accentuate the positive, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do today. It's all the positive stuff.
It's all the
positive shit. I think that's an oxymoron.
Yeah. So, okay, so there's a number of things that we can look for that are within individuals, right? And again, this could be with your partner.
Yep.
It could be with a friend, family member, coworker, anyone, right? It doesn't matter.
The green flags. We're saying that these are green flags, and I think if you see this in somebody, when we say this, you're like, oh, so-and-so's like that, or I'm like that, or whatever.
Right.
That's positive. If it's in somebody else, I say like, hey, that's a nice quality.
It is. And maybe that's something that you might yearn to be like or aspire to be like.
Right.
So,
for sure.
Anyway, so the first one.
This is interesting.
It's very interesting.
It's interesting with you because I don't find it very often, but it says when someone is comfortable with silence. When you're in a relationship and they're just comfortable with silence, that's a green flag.
The sound of silence.
And it's funny that you immediately went,
Yeah, I did because this is my husband and I. Not that we don't talk to each other.
I know.
But we definitely, I will say more like in a long car trip.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of times we just don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's not awkward. It's not like
you feel
energy.
It's not awkward.
He's angry at
it's
you.
not like I'm like, oh my gosh, like should I say something? Is he mad at me because he's not talking to me?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No. And we've been married for 31 years. But aside from that, I feel like we kind of have always been that way.
Yeah. Well, they say that is a positive thing when you have enough maturity in the relationship that you can be together in a car, whatever, and just not feel the need like I have to say something.
Right. That's
a green flag in a person.
And that's great.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't have ever thought that, let's just say.
I know. I think that was cool because you said, that's me and Maddie, like immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is a big one.
Okay. So this green flag is someone who respects your no without any explanation. So maybe they ask you something or
to join
do
you.
Whatever, and you say no.
You say can't do it.
Yeah.
You could say thank you for the invite, but they're not.
But they're not coming back saying, "Oh my gosh, why not?
What are you doing?
Are you mad at me?
Are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Right,
Did you find you have someone else better than me to hang out with or whatever?
True.
They just accept it.
That is a green flag. That is a green flag.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a green flag. When somebody can, and we have learned definitely in our podcast and doing all this, it's okay to say no. It's okay to set the boundaries.
100%.
So when somebody respects your boundaries and just says, okay, I get it. You can be nice about it. Be like, thank you for the invite, but I'm going to have to pass.
Sure.
There's no follow-up. There's respect.
Right.
Like the message, move on. And that is a green flag in a relationship.
Yeah, and I think I think it's wonderful. And on the other side of it, when you're being told no, and you really want that person there, it's also kind to just say, "Oh, you'll be missed.
You'll be missed." I get it.
Like,
next time,
no worries, you'll be missed.
That means
or rain check or whatever.
Right. You're a green flag to them.
Yeah.
Be a green flag.
Be a green flag.
Okay, when people are happy for you without competing.
Oh.
So genuine support. So I have a group of realtors that there's 6 of us and we all have our own businesses. We're not on a team. And obviously realtors, there's so many, right, in a lot of certain circles that there could be competition. But with my ladies, who I call that's my tribe,
right.
There's no competition. And
really?
That is a green flag. Now, it doesn't have to be just in business, right? Because some people, I know, if you sense a hint of jealousy, and it's not maybe about work, it's about maybe accomplishment you did or attention you're getting from somebody and not, you know what I mean? That's a red flag. And that is very easy to talk about, the red flag. So we're talking about the opposite, the people that just root for you and support you.
I would agree. I mean,
do you have people in business like that, or do you think that's more like in your, in your social personal life?
So as I've shared before, there are not a lot of women in my line of work, and we all tend to support each other.
That's great.
And I will say that the longer I've been in business and the older I get, but I've known these women, right? We are very supportive of each other, and that's something that we've tried really hard to articulate and even demonstrate to the younger women that are coming into the industry as well, which they embrace. So I feel really good about that. But I have been in situations where, maybe you do have another female that's on your team and they're not so happy for you because you're doing well in a work scenario.
Work situation,
And I will also say I have had who I thought were friends not be so kind and rooting for me, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I feel like we've all been there, right? I mean, friends, you've been in a situation like this where you felt that, and maybe you actually felt this way also when a friend came to you, and maybe you wanted to feel happy for them, but your immediate response was like, oh. And I will raise my hand because I've been in that situation also. I think it's a normal situation to feel, but that's one of the things that we can also work on.
Right.
And if you identify yourself knowing that that's how you are, to maybe to just kind of think about it like, oh, I'm going to be, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. That's so great, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Even if you're faking it and you don't mean it initially, the more you practice it, you'll get there.
I believe I believe that's true. But I have been in situations like as PTA president and things like that, where people felt jealous, I will say. And it's not like I had all this authority to go like do something that I couldn't do without approval. It's not like that, or but I have felt jealousy over the years with friends.
Yeah.
And that has immediate red flag, right? I don't want to be around those people. But when you are seeking out friendships, when you find somebody that roots for you, that is a green flag. There's no jealousy. That's awesome. I sent a text to one of my tribe girls this week after calculating some numbers about business and stuff, and she was like, "Go get it, girl."
Awesome.
And she genuinely meant that. And I knew that I could text her that because I knew that she's a real friend. She's a green flag through and through. And I knew that she would understand. And she's like, that's hard work and, congrats. So like without any competition involved. So that's a definitely green flag. That's a green flag.
That's awesome.
When people are happy for you and they're not competing. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay. So another green flag is people that sit with your emotions, right? Without trying to fix them. So, you have something that you want to share.
Something that's driving you bananas?
Yeah, whatever. It can be super big, it can be super little, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But are you wanting advice from me, or do you just want to vent? Meaning, I can sit here and listen.
Yeah.
I can listen. I cannot say, just listen.
I know.
Because sometimes that's all we need.
I know. That gave me chills because if you were to say that to me, I'd be like, Thank you. Because sometimes I look for advice.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just need to get it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So that's the whole...
It's minor. It's minor. Hole in my lip.
We gotta leave that in. That was cute. I think that is a huge green flag. When somebody...
Right?
When somebody can ask you, do you want my advice or do you just want to vent? That's
yeah. I like that.
In a relationship.
I feel that I do this.
I think so too.
But I think it's kind of cool. I think I might practice on just saying, like, do you just need to vent, or do you want my opinion or advice or whatever that may be.
And that's healthy, because that is a green flag.
Because you're saying, like, I feel you.
Yeah, right.
What do you need from me?
Right.
And they may just say, I just need to vent. Okay, fine.
Right.
All good.
Okay. When people don't keep score, I did this for you, so you should be doing this for me. Like that. That is when they don't keep score, when there's not... I will tell you this right now when it comes to her. She is a great gift giver. I have never given her a gift.
You have.
You
always give gifts. Gifts are, eye of the beholder.
But what I'm saying is, she's not keeping score.
No.
She's not keeping score.
That's dumb.
Because she says that's dumb. Right. But I will tell you that is a green flag in a relationship, since that's what we're focusing on. When you have somebody in your life that doesn't keep score, whether it's business, whether it's family.
Yes.
Whether it's
I
friends.
feel like family is a big one.
Yes.
Right? I mean, there's so many things you could talk about with family, right? Like, even think about, we just went through the holidays.
Yeah.
And we've talked about being hosts, right? And when you're constantly hosting the holidays and your other family member doesn't, or maybe doesn't even bring something, or a hostess gift. Sorry, anyway, I mean, that's real life stuff, right? So you could keep score on that.
Right. But it's a green flag when somebody in your life just doesn't care.
Just lets it go.
Just lets it go.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. I do like this one. And I think, well, there's the red flag to it, which you'll know right away when I say it. Okay. So the green flag is, these people speak well of you even when you're not in the room. Right?
Yeah.
So we all know what the red flag would be of that, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
and it's hurtful.
It's hurtful. It's gossip. It's just not,
And the green flag is someone that doesn't constantly talk about other people.
Right.
Because if they're doing that, then what's to say they're not talking about you when you're not in the room?
Sure. Absolutely.
So if you have someone in your life that knows how to keep secrets, and you have someone in your life that is, a champion for you, then I would think that is definitely a green flag in a friendship, even again with family. I can have a couple different examples actually on family with that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But somebody that you don't have to be in the room, but they will defend you. Yeah. That's a green flag.
Yeah.
Babes, that's a green flag.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, think about it. Like, there's, who these, hopefully, potentially these people are. I think that this is probably I'm going to say a tough one, to be honest, for people. Just saying.
I have recently been so hurt by this.
Well, I do understand that. But I do think it's tough.
Yeah.
And
it was a hard lesson to learn because I want to fix everyone.
Right. Well, because nobody wants to be talked about, number one, behind their backs, and number two, badly behind their backs. Like, there's one thing to talk about someone behind their back if they're in a situation and you're worried about them. Or
I don't think that's behind their back.
Well, if they're not in the room and you're,
but you're not saying negative.
It's not negative, but right? You are worried about them. Yes. I guess you call it.
It's not anything you wouldn't say to their face, right?
True.
Okay, so to me, that's not behind their back. That's just they're not there.
They're not there.
Right.
But you're expressing your emotions about them from a good place because you're worried about them. This is obviously
it's not because you're jealous or
unkind
because you're keeping score or all the other red flags.
Right. Right.
Hard lesson to learn. At 55, still learning lessons, man. But because I was very protective of my peace and I knew how to set boundaries from earlier in the year.
Yep.
I think that's how it didn't kill my spirit, but I was hurt by that.
Yeah.
I was definitely hurt by that, and it happens. And I'm sorry that if it's happened to other people where you really felt burnt by somebody because you found out they were talking crap about you when you weren't in the room. They didn't come to you about it and try and get the truth. They just talked gossip.
Right.
Ugh, it's yucky.
Yeah.
But that's on them. That says more about them than it actually says about you, in my opinion.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Well, I didn't know if we were going down that route today, but we sure did. Oh. Okay, what about they allow you to evolve? They allow you to grow. This is interesting because I will say, especially in romantic relationships.
Yes.
Now, you can marry someone when they're 22 or 25. How old were you when you got married?
24.
Oh, that's solid, Kim. So, but just think about our kids that are that age and be like, oh my goodness, But when they're, but you're not the same person, but
no.
It's a green flag when you're in a relationship, not just romantic, but with anyone, especially I could see this in a work relationship too.
Sure.
When you're able to evolve and grow and that person doesn't hold you to like, well, you didn't used to do that.
Right, or you're not the same person that I married, however many years ago or whatever.
Or like a friend that was like, we used to go to the clubs with me and used to all stuff. You're like, I'm not there anymore.
Right. Or maybe you've started a family and you're not the same party girl I used to know.
Right.
Well, because I'm taking care of kids and raising them, right?
It's a green flag when somebody can recognize that you're evolving, you're changing.
Yeah.
And they can respect it.
Sure.
And they're not going to hold you to like, you didn't used to be like this. You were more like this. And that was,
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. It's also very interesting. I mean, I find a lot of these very interesting.
Yeah, I do too.
As we're going through them.
Well, that's actually why we did the podcast. Because we thought our friends might think
and
too.
Friends, we would love to hear from you as to the ones that we're going through. I know we just have a few more, maybe one more, but still, I think that it's just, these are things that once you start talking through them and thinking about them, you're like,
And it goes back to, you are who your circle is.
This is true.
Now, we've talked about that probably 3 or 4 times on a different podcast.
Which we wholeheartedly believe.
Oh, my goodness.
Wholeheartedly.
You have to surround yourself with green flags, or you're going to be a red flag to other people.
You are.
If you are around gossipers,
Yeah.
and you are going to be a gossipper.
This is where the nurture part comes in.
The nurture.
Right. I mean, and this goes for ourselves, for our children, our partners.
True,
I mean,
true.
this is really individual people, right? How 100%. Many times, when we were growing up, right, it would be, you're hanging with the wrong group of kids. And you're like, yeah.
Our parents were right.
Yeah, right?
Those friends were fun, though.
Right. They're from the wrong side of the tracks. You don't hang around with this group. But it is very true because what you surround yourself with is inevitably who you become, right? Maybe not all of it,
whether
but a good chunk of it.
Or not,
exactly.
It is very true.
Exactly.
So you have to be aware of it.
Yes.
You should. And at our age, honestly, you should be aware of it.
Yeah. Remember, we're on the back 9.
We're on the back 9.
You should be aware of it.
You should be aware of it. We've got all this life experience. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the last one?
So, this one's interesting also. The green flag in this are those people that try to repair and not avoid.
There's like discord, right? Like,
correct.
When there's an issue between any friendship. That's
whatever. And again, I think this one is also very interesting. These are the people, and you are very, very good at this, that try to address issues calmly, right? I know you have always often said, I can't let things go, right?
I can't sweep it under the
rug. Yes.
The Lord Jesus Christ did not make me that way. I'm so sorry.
Yes. I am not 100% that way because it depends on what it is, right?
It's our personality.
But it's also, I feel this is where my strength does come in about not disappearing when things get tough.
100%. So, you just said you were married for 31 years.
Yeah. So, but I find this is something that I actually am trying to work on. There's a few in here I mentioned, right? Of trying to work on to have that become a green flag. And I think the biggest thing and the reason why we are doing this is to recognize what it is. Because when we were going through this, it's like I didn't even really recognize it.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we may be doing, and we do some of these things that are green flags that we don't even recognize.
Right.
But the other ones that you're like, oh, well, yeah.
That's how you can be a better person.
That's how we grow.
That's and how learn. We grow and evolve. I like that word, evolve.
Evolve.
I like evolve.
Evolve.
So has a little thing. Green flag is when somebody understands that there's an issue in the relationship and they can calmly come to you and talk it out.
Yes.
That is a green flag. If you've ever had somebody be like, hey, let's just...
I did something, I have something weighing on my heart. And
they can apologize or they can hear you out. Maybe they just didn't understand your point of view, so they're willing to understand it. Because crap happens. It just does, right?
Well, and it's also, they do respect you and they love you. And that's coming from a place of love. If someone is very conflicted, right? And they come to you calmly to try to talk through something.
So you can
that's huge.
So you can understand each other.
Correct. As opposed to being a hothead, right?
And there's so much value in that.
Calling names, whatever.
One time I could say that happened between us. Do you know what it was?
I do.
Okay. One time I was hurt and it was unintentional. It was unintentional. But I had to be heard about what it was and you explained it. And I accepted it. And then we went to a party that night, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We went to Friendsgiving.
Yeah. We were done.
We were done. We filed it away, boop, and done. But I needed that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was, it was, you know what I mean? So you're definitely a freaking green flag. As I wouldn't hang out with you, you weren't a green flag. But you got a lot of green flags. So this is my question for you, Kimmy.
Okay.
What green flags do you value the most now? Versus earlier in your life. Think about your 20s to your 50s.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, since I didn't memorize them all, I'm going to have to cheat.
Go ahead.
Well,
I don't know. Green flag,
Yeah. I would say, oh, geez. Well, I did say keeping score was a challenge one for me. And the repair and not avoid.
You didn't value that then, but now you really value it. Yeah. I think in your 20s, you're usually like, someone pissed you off and you just let it go. You know what I mean? I feel like you're, and I think it's easy because when later in life, I think because our time is more limited with friends, because now you have a husband, you have kids, and now you have a full-time job. It's different than when you're in high school, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that it's very easy to dismiss people where now it's like, there's value in that person, so I'm going to work a little harder to keep that friendship. So I think that's true.
And I feel the older we get, we don't. It's quality and not quantity, right?
Yes.
Think about it in your 20s. You have all these friends, right?
Look at the high schoolers,
and
they post one thing on social media, and they get hundreds and hundreds of likes. I'm like, it's because all their friends are on there. They're like,
right?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I feel when you get older, you're choosing those friends to cultivate and really have that meaningful relationship with them.
Right.
So that's why I feel that those would be,
I agree.
valued more.
Okay. I would say, for me, I would say, I think I am more likely to resolve conflict now. So I think I have attained those skills over my life.
Yeah.
As opposed to just dismissing somebody and just forgetting. So and thank you. That was a compliment that you gave to me. So I do that, I think, better now. But I don't know that I ever had enough self-confidence to do that before.
Okay.
When I was younger.
That's fair.
So, yeah. What's one green flag that you're working on?
Well,
and you said,
the repair and not avoid, for sure. For sure. How about you?
Ooh, I am going to ask you, what do you think I don't do well? I'm totally being serious, Kim.
Are you comfortable in silence?
I am very chatty.
This is true.
But
I'm just asking. I mean, you asked me, so.
Yeah, no. I think that could be something that that's true. Because sometimes I just don't need to talk as many words as I say in a day. Could you? I would love to have a talk tracker. Word tracker?
Talk tracker?
Talk tracker?
There's an app for that, I'm sure.
I'm sure there is. Okay, so I'm going to say that. Other than that, I feel like I've done a lot of self-reflection. And this is honestly comes from 2 failed marriages. And you know what I mean? Like, I've worked on myself quite a bit over the years. So it's not like it came at like no expense, but I do feel like I am working on myself quite a bit. Okay, what about how can you train yourself to notice green flags sooner?
Oh, this is so great because I feel like when
you want to spend time with those people.
Right. And again, we talked about, we always are like, red flag, red flag, red flag. That's what we notice first. So easy. Right? It's all the negative. But what about the positive? What about, if you're dating or in a relationship and, they open up the car door for you, or, they're thinking about you. Maybe they send that nice little loving text, or maybe they bring you flowers, like when Matt Burbrick did.
Or cookies.
It's those things, I think, that maybe we don't look at so often, but I don't know. It's in relationships, there's this phrase that nice guys finish last.
Right, because some people think people that are super nice and they're like green flag, the perception is that they're boring.
Yeah, and that it's like they're too nice. Like, they're just too nice. And there's got to be something, that's awful about them. I mean, let's be real. We all have our flaws.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But when someone is genuinely green flagged and kind and doing the things
we might have just coined that term.
Green flagged. I think most people try to be cynical and maybe look for the red flags more often than the green flags.
Yeah.
So let's, there's the phrase of let's finding the good, right, and all that stuff. I say let's.
I will be vulnerable and confess that I am actually seeing somebody that is green flag like all the way through.
Wow. Lucky you.
He reminds me so much of Matt. And I have always respected how Matt treats
Well, Maddie's a good catch, so.
He's a great catch, yes. But he's got a lot of green flags.
He does.
Yes, he's got a lot of things like that. So, yes, I think it's, and I don't think it's boring. I think, I do understand why people think that it's boring.
Sure.
When somebody is like,
why are you so nice to me?
Right.
Right. But I think that happens in relationships where you just haven't had, dare I say, a decent and kind and thoughtful human being.
Yeah.
That really cares about you. Right?
Right.
We talk about, we haven't right now, but about putting others first.
Right.
Right? And I just feel the more that you can give and put others first and practice gratitude and all the things that we do talk about.
Yeah. Right.
Then that stuff tends to come more naturally.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But it's a good thing, right? So.
Well, hey, we're not experts.
No, we're just experienced.
We are definitely experienced.
Definitely experienced.
And we have had our share of good and bad relationships when it comes to all of these categories. Whether it was work, family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Friendships.
Right? Friendships.
We've had our fair share of red flags, that's for sure.
Right. So it was really nice tonight to talk about the green flags. And I hope that our listeners can start to recognize two things. That there are green flags in their friends, and those are places you want to put energy into.
That's huge. Right.
But also that they're green flags that they have, that you are a green flag with here and here, and maybe you can work on some other ones, right? But it's just all about being a better person and a better partner, whether it's to your romantic partner or your work or your girlfriend or
it could be
anything.
A sibling, it could be a child, it could be anyone.
Yeah, sibling relationships can be really tough.
Yeah,
so I hear that.
Absolutely. So we're so blessed to be able to obviously do this podcast for our friends, and we love it, and we love you, and we would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on some of the green flags that you either notice or perhaps you exude in your life.
I was going to say possess. I love exude. Good word.
Evolve and exude. I think those are E words.
Yeah,
so
we need to bring those back.
Okay. So here we go.
Let's keep evolving.
Evolving.
To evolving.
Yes.
And to being more green.
Yes. We love being green. Wow.
Cheers, everyone.
Right. Cheers. Love you, friends. Ciao.